Hey there, welcome to another episode, Tales from the Podcast. I'm your host, JV, and got a pretty special guest here tonight, guys. I mean, it's going to be a pretty fun episode. He's been on here before. You guys, I mean, if you're a fan of the show, you probably know him. Let's be honest about that. He's a great guy, good friend of the show, Mr. Shaun Smithson. How's it going, buddy?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty fucking great, other than this whole losing my fucking voice thing, but I'm pretty sure we'll make it. Hopefully, you know. So, anyways, dude, what's been going on new with you and your business? The Smith. Oh God, this is gonna suck today. Smithson Creations.
I've just been busy doing a lot of laser engraving and doing a lot of coasters now for people and doing some plaques on wood coasters.
That's pretty cool. I noticed you did a really nice set for my sister recently.
Yeah.
I definitely gonna show those off.
Yep.
Which, I mean, come on. I mean, that's from a photograph. I mean, that's pretty fucking awesome, dude. You did a killer job. That's for sure.
Yeah, those turned out really good.
Oh,
the first photos I did, and they turned out really good.
I'm kind of jealous. They turned out better than the ones I had made.
Come on.
It's like, man, those look nice. What the hell? No, I love mine too, man. I mean, you do so much though, man. I mean, you're not even stopping with coasters. I mean, you got basically anything and everything that you can imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's some pretty fucking intricate shit too at that, and I mean, some pretty cool stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, shot glasses. I mean, 5 of them for $765 is still a pretty good deal too.
Yeah.
And then you got whole fucking basically kitchen sets. I mean, what the fuck, man? That's pretty awesome. You're fucking killing it.
Yeah, I like to learn stuff and do it. And with the price of wood right now, I had to convert to doing other stuff.
Right.
Because I don't want to charge my customers a ton of money.
Well, I mean, you work with wood. you know, like there's only so much you can do to prevent that. You know.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But I mean, that's fucking awesome, dude. I mean, I think I'm gonna end up having to get a hold of you here soon and see if you can come up with something cool for like a barbecue set for me.
Oh yeah, definitely. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. So, anyways, man, I have to talk to you a little bit about some tales from the crypt.
All right.
So, we have you in here on this episode, and just for you guys who don't know, the episode that we are doing tonight is from season 6, episode 2, Only Skin Deep, and this is based off of the Tales from the Crypt comic book issue number 38, and this originally aired October 31st of 94. I was 6. How old were you, Shaun?
94. It's like 13.
Damn.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess there's probably a good chance that you actually saw this one originally too when it aired.
Yeah.
So, I mean, pretty fun episode. That's for sure. Kind of getting ahead of myself there, but um, have you watched a lot of Tales from the Crypt episodes before?
Um, Not a lot recently, but as I grew up, I would watch them.
Right. So I am kind of curious. Was this your first time seeing this episode?
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
First time. Yeah,
Because this episode is a little bit different than a lot of the other ones.
yeah,
So, all right. Well, I can't wait to hear your opinion on this one. That's for damn sure, man.
yeah,
Shanty says he loves the demon jest.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, oh yeah, Shanty, he fucking killed it,
Yeah,
dude. If you ever need woodworking done, Sean's the guy to go to.
yeah,
That's for
definitely.
sure. And just so anybody knows who does want to get anything done, you can check out what he has going on Facebook. Um, are you anywhere else with your actual company? Because I know you're on Facebook with it, but
Um, yeah. Facebook and also
and you got
um,
one on Instagram too. But I mean,
yeah,
like,
Instagram and TikTok. I'll just post like little short video stuff that I've done. I've thought about getting more into it though, but I mostly do stupid funny stuff on that one though. Like Leatherface tells jokes, where I dress up as Leatherface and tell jokes. It's dumb.
yeah, I completely forgot that you were doing that. I mean, oh wow, yeah, definitely. I missed that. I need to go back and check some more of those out.
Yeah,
And David says, isn't that the episode where the vain woman sells her beauty to land the man of her dreams, but finds herself aging? You mean only sin deep? No, man. Another another great episode. That one had the amazing Leah Thompson in it, who's a real fucking beauty. Yeah, that's for damn sure. I mean, I think we all loved her after Back to the Future. At least I'm assuming we all did. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into this episode.
yeah,
So this episode, like I said, based off of Tales from the Crypt, issue number 38. And this episode was directed by oh god, where's that? William Malone, who probably best known for House on Haunted Hill, Fear.com, Parasomnia. He did some stuff with the Masters of Horror. Nothing. I wouldn't say anything like. I'm trying to think like a nice way of putting it. Basically, as far as my opinion goes, his best work was probably, other than this episode, the remake of House on Haunted Hill, which I actually really like. I didn't really care for Fear.com myself. I don't know about you,
yeah.
but
I don't think I've watched that one, but
yeah.
House on Haunted Hill, is that the one with was it Jeffrey Rush
Oh man, let's
and
see who was
Famke
in.
Janssen?
I just didn't think it was good. I'm trying to remember who was actually in it. Mosh or Stephen or Stephen Ray. Stephen Dorff was in it. Amelia Curtis, Jeffrey Combs. Um, it was the New York person after the basically there was stuff deaths that were happening on the fear.com website,
Okay,
and there was somebody investigating it. I don't know, to me personally it was just kind of a boring thing. That's me.
okay,
Um the writer for the screenplay for this episode though was Dick Beebe. Um, I truly feel like this is probably a fake name, but I can't say for sure. Either way, he goes by that name, and he wrote probably one of the I don't know. There's I'm trying to think of the best way to word this one. So there was this one movie that came out. I fucking loved the shit out of it, and then they announced, oh, we're gonna do a sequel to this movie, and he was the writer for it. I was excited for this movie beyond belief. and I don't think I've ever been more disappointed in a sequel. Um, the Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. From the way you laugh, I feel that you probably know my disappointment a little bit.
Yeah,
That was a really fucking bad one.
yeah,
Um, sorry. In this episode, though, we got some, I guess a few decent people. Obviously, we got our John Cassier, who's fucking amazing as always, doing the Crypt Keeper, and just all around great guy. But we got Peter Honorati. I think that's how you pronounce it. I suck at names. And he was in Goodfellas, 24.
that's
Man, this guy is still fucking making shit.
yeah,
TV show right now that he's been part of is called Station 19. Me personally, I never saw it, but I mean, basically everything that he has been doing lately has been TV work. But the dude is still going. 129 credits. I mean, he's still fucking killing shit. Plays that fucking kind of creepy role a little too well, in my personal opinion. But it is what it is. We got Sherry Rose in this right here who plays Molly, who really, let's be honest, we don't even know if Molly was her real name. Like,
yeah,
but she did the Black Scorpion series. She did some of that stuff. Um, Basically, a lot of the stuff she's done has been either TV work or um, half kind of pornish, maybe like super softcore type shit. Like she played the dancer and stuff. Like that kind of shit.
yeah,
The vinyl vixen. I mean, I'm. It is what it is. I mean, she's a good looking lady, and that's
yeah.
what she did.
There's
You
nice
know,
funny in this one.
yeah, oh yeah, completely fine. We got Stephen Liska as Bob in this episode as well. Um, Probably best known for Star Trek 3. He was also in the original Crazies. So I mean, this guy's definitely been around a little bit as well. Um,
He was the guy that dressed up as Lincoln, right?
yes, yes,
Okay,
he was the best friend.
that's why I
He has like literally what, like 5 seconds in this,
yeah,
like not much. He was also in Lethal Weapon 4. Um, he had a pretty decent stint on Young and the Restless, which I mean we tend to see that a lot with anybody on these shows. But he's been in a ton of shit, that's for sure. There's no
yeah.
arguing that. And last but not least, we have Diane Delascio as Linda in this episode, and very very small role as well. She was in Renegade Force, Jag, Star Trek Enterprise. Um, I mean, she's done a little bit of stuff. I wouldn't say like too much compared to the rest of everybody, but she was in a very short-lived TV series that I actually really liked, the Poltergeist: The Legacy. I don't know if you ever saw that.
No, I did not even know about it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a very, very, very short-lived thing, but I mean, I personally, it was one of those things that I actually really liked. I can't
Okay,
really explain why. It wasn't nothing remarkable by any means whatsoever, but it was good. That's for sure.
let's check it
Um,
out.
yeah, so that basically goes and covers the cast for this episode. Uh, David Poltergeist Legacy was my favorite show. That was a good show, man. It really was. I missed that. I mean, I wish it would have lasted longer. It was really good. That's for sure. Now, going into this episode, um, we basically have a party that's going on, and There's really not too much explained to it other than it's clearly some kind of dress up party. You
Masquerade
would
ball.
assume, yeah, you would assume masquerade ball. Well, I mean, with Lincoln and stuff, I mean, it almost seems like more
Yeah.
of a Halloween party.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And
Sure.
we get, our character there, what's his name, Bob, showing up, who they don't really want there. Or not Bob, sorry, Carl. That's who it was. Carl showing up. They don't really want Carl there. Bob doesn't want him there. So trying to talk him into leaving because he and Linda had some issues, and he got accused of being pretty violent and rough with her. Um, we don't really get any truth to it other than there is a little bit of a confrontation before Carl and leaves, or you know at least it comes off that way. To me, it seems like he probably went upstairs. He's kind of in somebody's kitchen because you can still hear the party going on, and in there he ends up meeting a woman who's in a mask. We find out is Molly, who not even really
Or
Molly. I mean, yeah, she's like, well, what would you like? He's like, I like the name Molly. He's like, well, sure. But ends up meeting her, and she's dressed as a body bag, which is a pretty fucking interesting costume to say the least. And, just basically something covering the dead shell of a person, which I believe is her exact words on that.
yeah.
And yeah, yeah. So they end up deciding basically to go back to her place. And from there, Carl's like, no names, no faces, no questions. Go and do this. That's it. And they end up having a wild time. You can tell that Carl's kind of fallen pretty hard for her. And they have a nice little sexy session there.
I was
And
surprised that back when this aired that was shown,
oh, dude, I
or as
mean,
much as they showed what they showed. I was like, they
well, I
shouldn't have
mean,
been.
let's be honest. First off, that's not really that bad compared to some of the other stuff.
No, okay.
I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, it was still rough, but I mean, there's still a
Yeah.
lot else that's going on. And David, in the episode during the costume party, there's a character dressed up as Lincoln, as Bob, after his assassination by John Wilkes Booth in the Crypt Keeper Christmas album. In the song "Should Old Cat Ever Be Forgotten," one of the lyrics says, "While Lincoln does the bunny hop with actor John Wilkes Booth." Yes. In fact, if you guys go back and check out the podcast, I believe it was either the first or second year of the show. For the Christmas special, I reviewed the entire Christmas CD. So all the fucking songs. Which not even a huge Christmas fan, but I mean, if I am gonna like a Christmas song, it is definitely gonna be a Crypt Keeper version. But anyways, after their sexy time, Carl ends up waking up. Molly's not there, and she's in the other room, and she explains that she was making a stand and has a saw. Ends up giving Carl a drink, laying down. Carl's trying to figure out who she is and trying to just learn a little bit more about her. And she's kind of pretty hesitant on it. And eventually gets to the point of like, when I wake up, you need to be gone. Um, he ends up getting up, trying to figure out more about her, looking in the medicine cabinet, realizing the name's scratched off. Checks her mail. It's like all to occupant or homeowner. So he's not getting any answers anywhere whatsoever. Which,
Blank
yeah, yeah.
receipts in her purse. That would just be creepy.
I mean, yeah.
Pill
But then,
bottles, name scratched off.
oh, yeah, completely scratched off. And we end up getting, it's weird because, I don't know about you, but definitely get this strong impression that he's been drugged.
Yeah.
And, he's going to get out to confront Molly a little bit more. And during this confrontation, um, well, I guess no, I definitely missed a decent part there. Well, he goes in there and checks on that stand, opens up the cabinet, and finds a bunch of faces. all on stands, all inside of a cabinet. And
And
then
he
after
keeps
that,
seeing
yeah,
that black guy
he saw the one guy. Well, I mean, like
hallucinating or
obviously like a ghost or something. Yeah,
yeah.
something else. But after that, goes and confronts her. Ends up cutting her a little bit with the saw. She ends up being able to somehow switch it around and cut his face off and hang it on his little rack and put it away. And that basically ends the episode, which is a very, very different episode, to say the very least there.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah. Now, before we go ahead and get into our thoughts a little bit more, I did check out the comic book for this one. And, god damn it, dude. I mean, you want to talk about like something that's like an entirely different fucking thing than what you watch. This is another one of those episodes where it's just the comic book is just entirely fucking a different story. So in the comic book, this man has been meeting a woman at Mardi Gras, and this is his fifth time going there. And I believe her name is Suzette. And he's in love with her. He wants to marry her. And keep in mind they only meet during Mardi Gras, never really seen each other's faces or nothing. And this is the fifth year. After going down there and trying to pretty much convince her to marry him, she finally agrees, but doesn't want to take off her mask or anything. So after they do go and do everything and get married, they have sex, everything. They don't really show it as graphic, but it's definitely strongly implied in the comic book. But after that, he ends up having a dream. And during this dream that he has, he takes the mask off of her and realizes that the mask is actually a mask of her real face. Ends up waking up and then goes to take the mask off of her while she's sleeping. She ends up waking up and they're kind of arguing about it a little bit. And as she's screaming for him not to do it, he does another angry pull at her mask to pull it off and see what her real face looks like, and ends up ripping her face off. So he was in love with a very hideous, haggy looking woman who he thought was wearing a mask the entire time. And that's the comic book issue. Very, very different story.
Yeah,
But, it's still fun. Still fun.
yeah.
So, anyway, Sean, I got to ask
Yeah.
you, man, what did you think of this episode? And if you had to rate it, where would you throw this one at?
Well, first, what I thought it was good. It was there were parts of it like after what surprised me with the time when they had their sexy time and the things she
Oh,
was saying. I was like, whoa, she's a
yeah.
little crazy. Um, but then, yeah, when he woke up and he kind of, you could tell he liked her. And then when she was basically pushing his advances away and stuff, then um, he got mad again, like almost instantly. So it was kind of like he's like, I changed. You woke me up and kind of kind of thing, and then he snapped. Um, but then, yeah, when he went around finding the faces and stuff, and then it just made me curious of the psychology of why she was collecting faces. And then with that being her real face, would you come to find out that it was her real face? It's like, why is she collecting other people's faces? Which they never really explained. So it leaves you to wonder, why is she doing that?
Well,
And
yeah,
then, so, um, yeah, that interests me because I like the psychology of why people do what they do in these movies
yeah,
or
yeah. I
type of
definitely
shows.
understand that.
Um, but yeah, it was And then it creeped me out. Him going through and finding no names on anything and stuff, and empty receipts in the purse. I would have been walking out of there.
Right.
But um, but yeah, I'd have to give this episode probably a good 9 on it.
Really
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a
nice.
good story. It left you wondering, and you could kind of think of the stuff on your own too, of why she was doing it and stuff. So it left you
I
thinking.
yeah, that's quite the fucking rating, man. I give you that. I mean, it's definitely a fucking
Yeah.
great rating.
Well, I love
Um,
shows and episodes like that that leave you thinking afterwards.
yeah.
Where it's not
Well,
just watch it, it happens, and you're like, okay, next one.
this is definitely one of those episodes that gives you something to think about. There's really no arguing that. Um, I will say now with this episode personally, there's a lot that I liked about this episode. Now, take away the body bag thing. I mean, just the face of Molly alone is so fucking off-putting and kind of creepy in its own way.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, it's very porcelain doll-like,
yeah.
and it's just it's fucking creepy. I don't give a fuck who you are. It just is.
It's like
Um,
she dipped her face in wax.
yeah, exactly. There's definitely something that was really, really wrong with her beforehand. Um, it seems like she deliberately went after him as well. Like this is definitely something planned. It was kind of weird the way that worked out, but I mean, overall as a story, there are a few flaws. You know, like what you were kind of saying. Like I really do wish that they would have kind of like jumped into the faces. Tell me why those faces are there. What was going on with that? Is this something that happens every year, or did she start it fucking 5 days ago and this is phase five?
Yeah.
You know, like,
And is she wearing them at times?
well, yeah, I mean,
Not to look at her own face.
I don't think she's wearing them at times because, I mean, if she was, then I think that she would try to find things that matched better than like the black guy's face. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's gonna look really awkward on her.
yeah,
You know, like skinny white girl, blonde hair frame, black guy face. Like,
yeah.
people got canceled for less these days.
That's
So,
true.
um, I will say though, like overall, it was fun. Uh, this is one of those episodes also where it's kind of opposite of like the normal way for me. Usually, I'm kind of on the end of the comic book, like wow, I wish they would have done this because this was really cool in the comic book. On this one, I honestly think the episode was better, and that doesn't really happen very often for me. Maybe it was just the creepy effect of the way they dressed Molly up and just everything with it. It's just really really cool. You almost get that leather face kind of feel. It's it's interesting. It's
Yeah,
different, especially for that time period on HBO. I mean, you weren't getting anything like that. That's for
yeah,
sure. So I think overall, I'd probably give this episode probably about an 8, 8.5.
yeah.
It's a great episode. It's one that I strongly suggest people check out. Obviously, everybody knows you can watch all these on YouTube for free, and I mean, it's a great episode. I really don't have anything bad to say about it whatsoever. Um, I guess the only real I don't really have anything bad to say. I mean, I like it. I mean, I'd watch this one again today, even though I already watched it today again. So, I mean, this is fun.
So,
It's a fun episode. It's not bad.
yeah,
Um, Now, before we go ahead and continue on too far ahead, I've already been getting questions. So, just so people do know, next week, 2G1C, we will be doing a movie, uh, a very fun movie, and my friend Morgan's going to be joining us. as we go ahead and talk about the Toxic Avenger.
Nice.
So, you definitely want to check that out next week for sure. If you are into any of those trauma films, this should be a good time. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
that'll be a good one.
Um, oh yeah. Also want to show off some of the black smells that have been going around from one of our sponsors and a good friend of mine, Sydney. And you can check those out over at her Etsy store, which is available on all the show links. It's on the website. I mean, at talesfromthepodcast.com. You can find it and use our code TFTP20, save 20% off. And it's like a whole box of spooky wax smells. I mean, you're going to fucking buy them anyway. Why not save a little bit of money and help a fucking friend out?
And great
Also,
names on them too, as I recall.
yes, that's definitely true. And I definitely also want to go ahead and tell people to buy my fucking comic book. It's available at talesfromthepodcast.com. You can find it there. Um, I say it every week, so I really don't need to go too deep into it. Buy my
Yep,
fucking book. It's what all the cool kids do. If
yep,
you want to be
definitely.
cool, you
I got my
know.
three.
See, there you go. There
Yeah.
you go. Um,
And congratulations on that, by the way.
oh, thank you, thank you. It's quite the process, to say the least. I'm surprised it went as good as it did. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, I guess kind of going back to that episode though, man. I mean, it was a fun one. I'm happy that I was able to enjoy that episode, hanging out with you today and
Yeah.
talking to you about it.
I actually have one question for you about that episode
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
too.
definitely. Ask
Um,
away.
During part of when she was taking him back to the house,
Yeah.
did you have sort of a thought that maybe because he had been accused of beating or being in an abusive relationship, that this was one of his past girlfriends or something,
Well,
and he
like I
may
said
have,
earlier, man, it's like it was planned out.
yeah,
It's like he was
yeah,
purposely chosen.
yeah,
If it was his past girlfriend, because she does, Linda mentions, oh, like her who or what's her face? Like I don't know if she said a name, but or basically like what, like your ex who you strangled,
yeah.
So I mean, it kind of implies that it could have been something like that. But then again, on the other side of it,
When she said she was born that way, it was
yeah,
they kind of
yeah.
you're like, oh, okay,
But I mean, like I said though, too, though, on the other side of it, if you're there at this party and you hear this stuff going on and you hear his ex accusing him of those things, I mean, if you're the type of person to go after somebody like that, you would do it over the hearsay too.
yeah,
So I mean, where is that line at? I don't really know.
yeah.
Um, I will
She's
say I
going to
like the
parties,
idea of it kind of being a little bit more random.
yeah,
Like still kind of planned out in a way, but not as far as like being an ex.
yeah,
You know, but yeah, yeah. There's. I think they really could have elaborated on the story a bit more. I mean,
yeah,
it could have been bigger. There could have been so much more going on.
yeah,
Not saying it's bad, but I'm just saying there could have been a lot more.
yeah,
It sucks that they only had a half hour.
yeah, sure,
I mean, this is one that I would actually have loved to see and extended out and seen
yeah.
what they could really do with it. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, while we're watching it, I actually checked the time, and I was like, oh, it's only a half hour.
Yeah, yeah. It's a fucking quick watch. I
Yeah,
mean, I feel like when I watched it, I was just like, it's over already.
yeah,
It's like fuck. I mean, this is a good one. I wanted to keep
yeah,
going. Every once in a while, like they'll have like their down points in it. Where it has like bring it kind of back to reality type thing and like slow shit down a bit. This episode, like basically once it started and started going, I mean, it started going. It
yeah,
didn't slow down one fucking bit all the way till the end. There was something happening to keep you fucking interested from
yeah,
start to fucking finish. And for any show, that's fucking rare.
yeah,
But I mean, they fucking killed it. They did a great job with this. And personally, I think a lot of it probably has to come down to Sherry Rose. I mean, she's and not like necessarily her looks or anything, but just her acting and her the way she moved around is just so fucking off putting,
Yeah,
and it really made this episode what it was.
yeah. I would have
I
been
mean,
awkward. It would have
oh,
weirded me out the way she acted.
oh yeah. I mean, I
For
would
sure.
love to know a little bit more about some of the makeup in it. Personally, I mean, they did such a great job on her face. It's like I just really would have wished I could have seen like how they did it.
Yeah,
I just think it just looks so fucking cool. It's
especially when he grabbed it and tried to pull it.
oh yeah, yeah.
Just
It
had a
just gets all
handful of blood.
bloody.
And,
Yeah, and then after she goes and kills him, she like wipes the blood as like her lipstick type thing. I mean,
yeah,
it's fucking spot on. Fucking just like a good episode all the way around.
the,
um. Anyways, man, that's about really all I got to say about this episode. I don't know about you. I
yeah,
mean, overall, I think we both really fucking like it, and hopefully, people
yeah,
check this one out.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
Obviously, I would really want you guys all to check out what Sean has going on over at his Smithson Woodworking. Smithson Creations
Creations,
Woodworking. It's
handcrafted
just,
woodworking.
huh?
Smithson Creations, handcrafted woodworking.
There you go.
Yeah,
There's a lot
I
to that
even get
name.
around. Yeah,
You know, I got the fucking shirt too. Like, it's on the shirt. Like, I wear it quite a bit. I mean, not only that, but like, not only am I sitting there talking about stuff, but like, I have bought products too. I mean, your logo is right in front of my face every fucking day, and I still mess up the name. You know, and I mean, quality fucking work, man. I mean, really, really is. And
yeah,
I'm what speaks more to that than I own some of the stuff that you've made. I am not only somebody who is willing to talk about it and promote it, but like I am also a customer. This isn't like I'll be honest and I'll be a little bit upfront. This isn't like a freebie thing from Sean, which don't get me wrong, would be a nice gesture, Sean. This is something I actually purchased though.
yeah, yeah,
Like I mean, I like his work that much, and hopefully everybody else will be checking it out too. Because Sean's a very talented man. He does a great job, and that's one of the few things I wish I could actually work with a little bit better is wood. You know, doing metal and everything else that I do, I can always
yeah,
add more to it. Wood,
yeah, definitely.
it's not the same. It's not the same.
Yep, I'd like to work with metal. So,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, you
yeah,
say that, but trust me,
make
then you
mountain
just get
bases.
scammed out of more friends. Then
Uh,
on top of all your friends wanting free woodworking, they're gonna want free metal work done too.
yeah,
Learn one skill, stop there. Man. But I mean, I strongly suggest people check him out. Dude does great work. Even if
I
you're not gonna
appreciate that.
buy anything and just want to check out some of the stuff he does. I mean, he's very talented. Very, very talented. Um John, do you have anything that you would like to add before we go ahead and wrap this up?
Um, Not that I can think of. I know. In return, everybody check out Justin's comic books and definitely
Yeah,
get
buy my
those.
fucking book, guys.
Yeah,
Buy my book and a couple of fucking coasters. I mean, like that's what you guys got to do. It's
yeah,
basically said now.
yeah,
Uh, yeah. Anyways, Sean, dude, thank you so much. I always
all right,
appreciate it. Um,
absolutely. Always a good time.
oh, dude,
Yeah.
for sure. We still have to talk and do some Wolf Cop.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
definitely.
that's definitely one that I've been wanting to do for a while. So we got to figure this one out. Figure out a good time.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh, yeah, and I guess before I go ahead and get out of here, um, next week, Toxic Avenger. Uh, come on, who the fuck doesn't like Toxic Avenger? Especially with, considering there's that fucking remake happening. So let's see what happens with that too. That's gonna be fucking sweet. I'm excited to see Peter Dinklage.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really, really hope that instead of having the Toxic Avenger get really big like they did back then, they just have Peter Dinklage turn into like a regular sized guy. I just, I know it probably pisses some people off, but I'd like to see it like Peter Dinklage falls into the pit or the toxic waste, and he turns into Paul Rudd or something like that. Well, you know what I mean? It'd be fucking hilarious. But yeah, I'm excited to see that for sure. Anyways, dude, thank you so fucking much, dude. You're always a fucking pleasure to have on. Always fun. We'll definitely have to talk, get you back on for some Wolf Cop, like I said. So, oh yeah, it will be good. I'm excited for it. Definitely. So, anyways, with that being said, the crypt is closed.
Thanks for listening, kiddies. You're all a scream.